Holy crap, he's got a spin move. What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders. The Hermit Hero DLC launched this morning on Steam. It brings the brand new hero, the Hermit, to Dungeon Defenders, the OG game. This one is $4.99. It's currently on sale for 10% off, or $4.49 US, all the way through July 6th. So you'll be able to pick this one up for a little bit of a discount. Now, I'm excited to dive in and get my spin move on, there's no doubt, but before I get into that, I had to check out the Builder Hermit first. So let's run through the Hermit's defenses. First things first, we've got a Seed Bomb Tower. This is 4 defense units. It costs 40 mana, blast enemies in a wide radius and poisons them. Enemies who are felled by this poison explode. Then we've got a Web Wall. Damages and webs enemies that pass through it, reducing their speed and resistances. We've got the Nature Pylon. Greatly increases range and resistance of all nearby defenses and increases speed and casting rate of nearby heroes. We've got the Mushroom Spore Tower for 7 DU and 120 mana. Launches poisonous spores at enemies, infecting them. Infected enemies spread the infection to other foes nearby. And then the Forest Golem, possessing colossal health and attack power. This Guardian of the Forest passively heals nearby allies. So you get a heal and a big ol' mean DPS wall altogether. Now I'm super excited to check out the Seed Bomb Tower and the Web Wall. We will take a look at all these defenses individually, and just to show you all the stats that I'm running with here. Kind of a thrown together set, but with just some various event items and some stuff laying around. But just wanted to throw some stuff together to check out some of these towers. Now, first things first, let's check out the Seed Bomb Tower. This one I noticed right out of the gates. It is slow firing, assuming you get a little bit better stats and you can get that fire rate up there. However, it does hit very, very hard. Let's go ahead and upgrade this bad boy all the way and see what we get out of this. Looks like the poison damage is 3 million. The regular default damage per strike is 169k with this set of gear. And taking a look at the tooltip. So we are busting out some nice big fat damage there. Excited to see what this looks like with a buff beam. In fact, let's give it a buff beam. With a buff beam in the mix, you see the damage just shoots on up. 7.6 million poison damage here now. And taking a look, it's down to a 0.8 second attack rate. So it definitely gets attacking much quicker with the buff beam on it. And that poison damage is quite impressive. Now, let's take a look at the next defense, and that is going to be the Web Wall. Now, the Web Wall is going to put a debuff on the enemies, so it's going to be stripping their resistance. And we see now that poison damage is up to 12 mils, so we are getting quite a bit of damage out. The Web Wall itself looks pretty darn cool. Let's get a big one down here. Looks like that is the maximum width for 4 DU. It definitely looks pretty cool. It's a nice aesthetic. It matches very, very well. Excited to see what kind of combinations we can get. Obviously, that is a pretty massive damage debuff on the enemies. Just hitting like an absolute truck. Now, keeping in mind, of course, I do have a builder bonus going, as this Hermit is the one that built this particular defense. So your Seed Bomb Tower won't hit quite as hard if you are swapped out to another hero. Let's go ahead and move on from there and see what else we've got to play with here. Let's get rid of the Seed Bomb Tower, and then what did we have next? We got the Nature Pylon. Now, the Nature Pylon is going to be a buff tower. It is going to increase the what was it? It's going to increase the resistances of nearby defenses and then give that hero buff of speed and casting rate. Now the Mushroom Spore Tower. This one actually looks kind of cool. I was expecting it to shoot mushrooms out or something like that, but it's kind of like an aura almost. You slap that bad boy down. Let's go ahead and give it some upgrades and get it all good and juicy and see what we can do with this one. Now, the tooltip description on this one, of course, once again, was launches poisonous spores at enemies, infecting them. Infected enemies spread the infection to other nearby foes. Looks like we've got a nice bit of just dot damage rolling off here. That infection, once again, is going to spread to nearby enemies. However, it looks like it's going to do a pretty darn good job at hitting them in itself. Now, it does have an attack rate. It looks like it goes out. The attack rate every 1.38 seconds, but it does expand out. So it's not a single target defense. It's going to be covering everything in the area. And certainly looks to be a pretty darn fun addition. And then last but not least, we've got the Forest Golem. Now, the Forest Golem hits pretty darn hard. We'll check it out fully jacked up, but let's look at it over here. It's 2 million damage. You see it's got a nice bit of range on it. Looking at the tooltip description on this one, colossal health and attack power. It also passively heals nearby allies. So you see the little healing radius on it. It is going to heal up any allies in the area that come near the Forest Golem. Let's go ahead and get this guy fully upped. We'll check it out without a buff beam and then with a buff beam and see how it will do. Fully upgraded, it's doing 3.8 million damage. What is the health of this bad boy? Obviously, this is not set up for health, but 690,000 health, and it is slapping pretty darn hard. Now, let's go ahead and check it out with all the full enchilada. So if we give it a buff beam, we've got the spider web and all that bit of hotness. Let's see what this golem will do here now. Let's get it fully upgraded as well here. Right, and here we go. Dude is slapping. We got 15 million damage shots going off like crazy. Oh yeah, he's got a mean slap to him. There's no doubt about it. So there is a look at the Forest Golem. Now I'm super anxious to get in and check these defenses out on a map. And I want to get with or talk to some of the Dungeon Defenders pros out there and see if there's a viable way to get this spin move going. Because you guys know I love a spin to win character. There's just nothing more fun than that. And it gives me the excuse I've always wanted to pop out into more of an isometric type view. I haven't really gotten used to doing this, playing Dungeon Defenders normally. However, I would love to spin around and slap some fools if I can get it set up where it's getting the job done for me. But make sure to head on over and check it out. I will put links down in the description below. Thank you an absolute ton for watching. And I will see you next time around. Take it easy.